Hey, you absolute legends. We're at the beautiful Make Believe Studios today, and I want to tell you about something cool that I just came across. We had the chance to drive out into the middle of Nebraska to a warehouse with the oldest elevator in the state, and we bought 40 microphones from a wonderful man named Doc Robinson. And there are 3 microphones in particular here that I want to tell you guys about. These are interesting to me because, one, they're microphones I had never seen nor heard of before, which is pretty uncommon. I like microphones a lot, so I read a lot about them. The next thing is, all of these microphones sound good, which is not something that always happens. Still cool, but bad. These ones are all great sounding microphones. And the most surprising, the biggest thing to take away is they are all under $100. So all of these microphones are vintage and they can still be had cheap. True gems in my opinion. First one that I want to talk about is this microphone here, which is the Shure 589. We grabbed a pair of these, and this is a PE589, but I'm assuming that there's an SM589 or something like that floating around. They have a lower level as far as where they actually come out. Yeah, they're much quieter, maybe 10 dB quieter than a 57, but the tone is very, very mid-range forward. It's not to the point where it sounds like it's got a weird resonance peak or a cocked wah, just a much more what I would consider rock and roll. You know, this is a lot more Led Zeppelin sounding than a current modern 57 in my opinion. The next one that I want to talk about is probably the biggest takeaway for me. This microphone is very, very cool. This is a Shure 540S. It's coming in at roughly the same level as that PE589. It's very, very small, and it's got a nice little interesting feature, which is you can pull off the front of this microphone, and there's a resonator disc. Let me pop this out for you. Right here, that you can go and you can take this out, and it totally changes the tonality of the microphone. It makes it maybe half a dB louder, but it definitely, you know, this little piece of metal makes the microphone have a very interesting presence peak, which I actually found very, very useful when we were listening to these Tom Morello guitar tones that we were working on earlier today. But for what we're doing right now, we're probably going to go without the resonance disc. So the next microphone I want to talk about is very, very cool. This thing looks like it was manufactured by Norelco. People have always been curious on if Norelco made the cases for these things, but this is the Beyerdynamic M81. It's a German microphone, and it's a dynamic microphone, and it is full level and loud, just about as loud as a 57 is today, and it is a very, very wonderful sounding microphone. A little bit warmer than a 57. It has less top frequencies going on. It has less high end going on than a 57 seems to, but not an unusable amount. It's a very, you know, even balanced microphone that just tends to be on the warmer side. So we're going to show you what this thing sounds like as well. And we had the chance to pick up 4 of these. So we're very excited about them. Check it out. Check it out. So now that you've had the chance to check all of these things out, hopefully you found a new microphone that may be for you and isn't going to break your bank. I really hope you guys come across some of these in, your journey, and maybe you'll pick one up and use one on a record that you love.